Hi.
Hello. There are a couple of different views about what our particular cooperative system is and means. Some people view it more as social justice through like affordable housing. Some people just view it as a cheap place to live in a good community. Some people view it as part of the cooperative movement and a method of social change. And negotiating between those very different views is a challenge because there's sometimes the different consequences for how you govern it.
Right.
So.
Looks like they got a little compost out there.
We discovered that the co-op lifestyle is one which certain people really like, because instead of going to school, finding themselves isolated in an apartment, or finding that they are in a situation where they don't have anybody, any friends or anybody they can rely on, or an institutional setting like a dorm, which is sort of cold, that the co-op provides them with community. Our houses in Ann Arbor are one of the good things about them is they're pretty safe, because people know who belongs and who doesn't belong, unlike an apartment where you don't know who's walking out of the apartment next door, and whether they are, the computer they're carrying is theirs or somebody else's. So our buildings are safe, food is good, there's a community and a spirit that people really like a lot, and that's has always been, besides the fact that we are also an affordable option, is that it's been the reason why the co-ops have survived in Ann Arbor for 75 years, because they're fun places to live. I've heard people say you have instant friends. You walk out of your room and there's always somebody at almost any time of the day or night to talk with, commiserate with, and they're real people. They're not just online people.
The misconception used to be that they were communists.
Oh, right.
They were almost something that's weird.
Right.
We don't have that anymore anyway.
Right, there's no more communists.
My name's Alex. I live at Lester House, and which is a cooperative house in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's primarily serves University of Michigan students, but it is open to all people if they choose to want to live here. But first I'm going to start with something that is big in any Ann Arbor co-op, which is the guff pile, which is basically a collection of goods that people feel they no longer want, and they then offer it up to be guff, which basically means that if someone then wants to claim it, they can.
So what has your experience been in the co-ops?
It's been like overly positive. Like, I mean, it's a big family. Like, I mean, that sounds sort of cliche, but like, you know, like the people that you directly live with, you just learn so much from, or at least like you learn that there are different viewpoints, there are different opinions, there's different types of knowledge. Like, you know, I came to the university thinking that, you know, formalized education was the way to go. You know, go as far as you can, grad school, you know, make oodles of money, and, you know, be happy that way. But like, by living in the co-ops, you just realize like there's other types of happiness, and there's other types of joys, like having a community, having that camaraderie, having that network. This is the dining room. You know, it's rather large, big table to accommodate, you know, full house capacity if that ever happened, and probably several guests. This is Lester's kitchen. Guff cookbooks, huge fridge to handle all of our house food. There's something called guff food, which is basically like if the house, like every house budget in your house charges, you pay a fixed amount, and part of that is your food budget. And the food budget is basically a collective, like a grouping of money from each of the members. And with that money, we then buy food together. And anything that's bought with that money is basically open to any house member or guest or boarder. And but then there's also non-guff, which is things that people purchase individually. One of the big distinctions between co-ops and that situation with me at Southmont was that there was a big, like in the dorms, there was a big divide. Like everyone tried to establish what their stuff was and establish territory based on what their stuff was. With the co-ops, it's more of an open sharing environment. where like it could be someone's thing, like, you know, you could be touching it right then, like, you know, it's like, you know, what is ownership anyway? Like, you know, you felt that people were like more consumeristic and competitive, and, you know, I didn't see them as very happy. I mean, like, I think some of them were happy, but happy for like succeeding academically, which I mean, like, is a good pursuit, but I don't think you can pursue that in a vacuum. Now we're going down to the basement, where a lot of the bulk food we have is kept. One of the many benefits of living collectively is that like you can amass like this huge fund of money, which then you can then use to purchase food in bulk, like, which saves on packaging, and, you know, is a savings, because, like, you know, like if you buy in bulk, they typically give you a cheaper discount, you know. The ICC qualifies as a non-profit organization, so we're part of that, and we called Zingerman's and we basically asked them, like, hey, you know, we're a non-profit, could you like give us your day-old bread? And if they give it to us without charging us, they get a tax write-off.
Oh.
So like we
That's
have
cool.
like a weekly arrangement to go there every Friday and get their day-old bread, which then we then freeze some of it and then store some of it upstairs where we then cut it and eat it and stuff like that. So, you know, we save on bread substantially, and we get very good quality artisan bread. Typically our priority is to get local produce. Like, you know, if it's grown in Michigan, it's basically okay. I mean, like we try for organic too, but like our priority is local. And a lot of stuff that we do buy collectively. It's not just food that we buy collectively. We also buy soaps, detergents, toothpaste. Like right here is some of our bulk toothpaste that we buy, and then we also buy bulk soaps.
I think it's just like, because I'm kind of a private person, but I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, like 7, 8 o'clock, I just want to like go somewhere there's a ton of people and just kind of like depress about my day. So I started eating here because I can cook for dinner and there's that kind of community. We have all the same inside jokes and it's fun.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
It can hold 3 people. This is the main room, which someone can then stay here. But during the summer, this room is actually vacant. But yeah, you know, fits a bed, nice carpet. But yeah, I believe this was formerly just a very large walk-in closet, but we made it a room. You know, fit more people in this amazing house. It's technically a luster double, but given the situation in the summer, I can sign for this as a single.